Elvis Presley, often called the king of rock and roll, was one of the most influential and iconic figures of the 20th century. With his groundbreaking music, electrifying performances, and cultural impact, he changed the landscape of popular music and became a global sensation. Yet behind the fame, fortune, and screaming fans, Elvis struggled with profound emotional isolation. He was a deeply sensitive man who longed for genuine connection but found it increasingly difficult to trust those around him as his fame grew. Surrounded by an entourage, yet unable to escape the pressures of his image, he became trapped in a bubble of adoration and expectation. His quiet confession, "I'm lonely, even in a crowd," reveals a painful truth. Despite his immense popularity, Elvis felt unseen, misunderstood, and emotionally cut off. His tragic decline into prescription drug addiction and eventual death at age 42 underscored the inner loneliness that haunted him, and many more. Friends, this is not to be confused that only the famous and most successful are the ones that are in the rooms full of people and still feel lonely. There is many poor peoples that are lonely. The problem with poverty is that it doesn't just strip people of resources. It often strips them of dignity, attention, and voice. They may sit in the same church pews, ride the same buses, walk the same streets, but it's as if they're wearing cloaks of invisibility, surrounded by people, yet unseen, unheard, uninvited. You don't have to be rich or famous to feel alone in a room full of people. The poor often know this kind of loneliness more intimately than anyone. They sit quietly at the edges, present but invisible. Their voices are softer, their clothes more worn, their stories rarely invited into the conversation. Surrounded by noise, yet never truly heard. In spaces filled with laughter, opinions, and energy, they shrink. Not because they have less to say, but because the world has taught them that no one is listening. Their loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of recognition. To be poor in a crowd is often to feel like furniture, useful, there, but never really seen. You don't need wealth or fame to understand the ache of being alone in a room full of people. In fact, the poor often experience this kind of loneliness more deeply than anyone. They exist on the margins, physically present but emotionally overlooked, their silence mistaken for insignificance. Their clothes may be worn, their stories untold.